Okay, hello. Let's see who is here. Frank the Third, Thocky Pig. Hello, the pig. Funky. Hello, William. Hello, Crispy Senpai. Possum. Mega EU hours. Yeah. This is an EU friendly stream. Tremendous scheduling. Tremendous. Oswin. Hello. Let's see. Elmeet, hello. ODM, hello. Plastic Bits. First, since no one said it. Oh, Nixie's in this? Yes, Nixie's. Pontus, hello. Zava, hello. How's it going, guys? Good to see you all. Alright, so today we're building a chonker, and we're doing probably 2 builds. So I'm gonna move a little faster, hopefully. I'm probably gonna get distracted. I never do as I say, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we are building this bad boy right here. This is the 21XX by Pontus. You can see the interest check in the exclamation build command. It's a beast of a board. Really cool. So I can talk a little bit about it. We can kind of go through it actually. So let's see. There is our interest check. This is the modern Onsaver keyboard. So this board, as you can see, it's pretty large. If you want to look at the, this, it looks like that, right? And so this is what people call the Onsaver layout. It's reminiscent of the layout inspired from the IBM keyboard that has this particular type of layout. And then there's also the Cherry 2000 series of boards, or 2000 2100 series of boards, which have like your classic cherry lip, and then it has it also has this like battleship style F1 through F24 F-row clusters, and then left side macros, as well as this cross navigation cluster. And so you can see a lot of the renders over here, and you can see sort of like all of the design elements. But what's kind of neat is that it also has like a pseudo integrated cable design, where basically let me see, where is that? So you can kind of see it here. You can see the cables coming out of the board itself. But basically, in this, the way that Pontus went around this was that you can actually just plug in a USB, like a regular USB cable, into the board inside of the case, and then the cable just kind of comes out, right? So you can always do like a detachable if you want, but that's an option. But it's pretty cool. This is the original interest check. So the GB thread, I have it right here. This is the GB thread. So on the GB thread, you have the prototype builds and renders and whatnot. And so you can see like old prototype pictures again. And this is the cable and solenoid solution that Pontus adopted. So you can actually, as I said, you can plug in a cable directly to the PCB, and then there's a solenoid that kind of connects to the same PCB right there. All right. So pretty cool. These are the layout options. So there are going to be 2 layout options. There's the WinKey block version. So you basically have a WinKey main cluster, and then you have a full navigation cluster, which consists of a 3x5 section on the right side. And then on the other hand, we have the cross WinKeyless version, which has WinKeyless blockers, and then you get the cross navigation cluster. Basically, the arrow keys section is sort of like a cross shape, and that's why it's called like cross. And so it has all that support. It has 10U support, it has ISO and ANSI, and yeah, so you can see how they would look. and different configurations. Gorgeous color choices: light blue as the first prototype, warm gray as the second prototype, and here black, which I don't think I've seen. But so the one that we're building today is the wind keyless in warm gray, which is this one. So pricing, it'll run towards the end of June to end of July, and pricing is $715 US. It's not cheap. If I recall correctly, this is pricing that includes tariffs into consideration. So if you are purchasing, from the US, I don't think you will be expecting to pay in addition to this. That said, always consult with the vendor if you have any specific questions. And there are pictures of renders and pictures of the different elements of the board, from the feet all the way to the plates and the PCB. So this is a plateless mounting for the main cluster, and then the top cluster for the F1 to F24 we have a top mounted section. So just to kind of give you a sense for it. Prototype is built before, and a few other people building as well: Alex, Black Simon, and McMerlin. And then there's a lot of renders. So you can see excitement in the threads too. If you kind of go back to the original IC was posted in August of 2023. So it's been almost 2 years since this was first sort of teased, and so it's always pretty cool to see projects like this, which are kind of difficult to come to fruition, to actually make it up to the GB stage, and hopefully they'll hit the ammo keys that they need and proceed with that. So okay, so that kind of covers the gist of the board, and let's just kind of show it off, talk about it. So as I said, today I'll be building 2 builds, just to kind of, I figured that there would be some excitement in wanting it to see it in both a Cherry MX kind of standard configuration as well as like a more modern switch, and this is actually prescribed over here by Kaneki, so main thanks to Kaneki for sending that. These are some Ultramarines from Mechanisk, and so this is what the board looks like. It's already unscrewed. So we have the top piece. It's quite a chunker here. So you have little alignment tabs as well. It's very intricate, it's very nice. All the openings needed for all the elements on the PCB. And as you can see, a top mounted plate for the F1 to F24 section, and then there's tabs for the PCB to sit in. So this is indeed the warm gray finish. It indeed is warm gray, and in very particular lighting, especially if it's darker, it might not look as gray, but in like studio lighting like this, it looks definitely like a warm gray. Very nice color. This is the prototype PCB here. We have a PCB that supports pretty much every layout that you can see under the sun over here. So you get a full cluster over here on the right side and the left side, and then stepped and regular caps lock, ANSI and ISO shifts and enters, as well as long and split shifts, split and regular backspace, as well as 10U support. So pretty cool. So as for what layout we'll end up building today, I'll let you know in just a second. So I've been particularly interested in building this board for several reasons. Okay. Alright, so it's also like this. Obviously it's not screwed in, but it does have a intentional seam in the middle, so you can kind of see the like a gap in between, but that's kind of how the sides look. And this kind of goes all the way around the board, right? And so it looks like that from the side. It's quite chonky, it's quite large. And then, as I mentioned earlier, in the back you have an integrated, pseudo-integrated cable opening, and then the bottom of the board looks like that. There's like a opening for like a sticker. So this central sticker is sort of like the cherry style of product stickers, and then you have bump on cutouts as well for the AKB style bump ons. So pretty nice, and it's very heavy. It's really heavy. Here is our top mounted plate and the F1 through F24 cluster, right? So just pretty standard. I'll show you guys also how to use the connectors that are on the board in a bit once I get going. Okay, so we have just a bunch of switches. Actually, these switches just go together. These are some Ultramarines over here. We have our lubed MX black clear top, the new Nixies. And we have a set of stabs. And then we have the cable that we can use here. This is just like an aviator style. But you know, you can just plug this end in and it'll have a out here with the detachable, and then you know, you can just plug it in. So just to include a cable that I got from Keycaps. And then there's our internal parts. There's an extra PCB here with all the supports, the guide rails and supports. So that's how it looks. And let's see, internals, right? So other parts, we have our K screws, we have our feet bump-ons, we have our solenoid and extra cables, and we have the PCB screws. That's for mounting the PCB itself. I believe that's for the cable. I'm not sure if it'll fit this one. I can always test. And that's it. So kind of get the gist of this. And now the reason I'm excited to build this is because I can actually use this right here. So this right here, my friends, is a original Cherry G80 2551 HAD keyset. I don't have the original board, unfortunately. It was parted with a friend of mine. Well, technically, they got the board and it was not in great condition, so they have it still, but I have the keycaps. They also have an extra original set of keycaps, I don't know why. But I got a set of the keycaps at one point years ago, and you know, I've put it on boards, I put it on other stuff, but like it's not the same to put an adapted version of this set versus putting it on something that actually can fully support the layout. So you know, this will be an ISO enter build. It has the short shift, you know, step caps lock, and all the extra little legends and bits. We do have F1 through 12 and F13 through 24. So we have the full thing. So it'll be an ISO enter build. So pretty cool, but yeah, so I have this set from back when, and so I would love to put this together with all the keycaps on it. So that'll be kind of fun. So I'm gonna build this in ISO. Yeah. Okay, so well that covers the key set that we're gonna be using, but that will effectively decide our layout, right? Okay, so that covers that for now. So let's go ahead and I guess get started with the build. So I already did test this PCB, so I think I'm good on that. I think I can go ahead and just start prepping stabs. I'm just gonna use one set of stabs, and I'm gonna build on two separate PCBs. So I'm gonna build on this PCB and on this PCB. I'm actually gonna just build the main ones, the F, you know, the F row stuff, once as well. And this one I'm just not gonna unbuild, because we only have one plate, so I'm just gonna do that build only once. So let's go ahead and prep some stabs. Refunded myself? Okay, sounds good. So let's go ahead and do that. No EU vendor yet? Bummer. Oh, is that right? So let's see. Layouts, right? So we have the left shift is gonna be split. So we have right shift. Then we have enter, which is gonna be ISO. Then we have backspace, right? And then we have a 7U spacebar, right? And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's it for stabs. Okay, so it saves me a stab. All right, so put that aside for now. So let's go ahead and break some of these in. Anyway, happy Saturday. It's a warm Saturday out here in New York City. It looks like the weather was kind of depressing and rainy and cloudy all week, so it's kind of nice to have a nice and sunny and a warm Saturday here today. So hope you guys are also enjoying some good weather out there wherever you might be. Cap under the Red Astro Boy is a DL? Yes, it's an old school DL. Not that good here with heavy rain, but it's my day off, so I just sleep through the day. Oh, is that right? Do you tend to just do that when your day's off? It's nice. I think a week ago we went to the zoo. That was nice. It's nice. But yeah, sleeping in also is nice. Yesterday we just yesterday we watched Interstellar at home because my partner hadn't watched it yet, and I'm like, no way. And so I had to rewatch it with her, and it was great. I think it's a masterpiece of a movie. It's still by far probably the best IMAX experience I ever had when it was in theaters back in 2014. It was so good. So yeah, watched Interstellar. I mean, it was kind of on the list anyway because earlier this year we went to the Hans Zimmer concert, and that was awesome. So yeah, but Interstellar wasn't a short list to watch. Favorite Christopher Nolan movie? Yeah, I think so too, personally. The other ones are good too, but I think this one's probably my favorite. It's the most, like, complete. Are you a Knicks fan? Not really. As in, like, I don't really follow them. I've watched games, but I know that recently they were on the... They were, like, playing against the... Was it the Celtics recently? I think I saw... I was walking by Madison Square Garden and I heard such a ruckus around there. Which I had at least seen it in theaters. I think my close IMAX is in France. Oh, damn. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be IMAX to be good, to be honest. It is one of those movies that, like, really shone on IMAX. But, like, it's such a good movie nonetheless. Like, if you ever get to see, like, a rescreening of it. I mean, they probably did the rescreenings last year because it was a 10th anniversary for it. But if you ever get to see a rescreening, or if you get a chance to just project it somewhere big, you know, by all means, it's a great movie to do it with. Alright, let's loop these staffs now. 2014. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It kind of flies, dude. It's actually so funny. But like, I'm like, for me, I'm like, 2014 was not long ago, you know? But then again, I think back and I'm like, yeah, 2014 was, I was excited about different things, and yeah, it's, I remember I was super excited about the movie because let's see, so I was originally a physics major, and I was like huge into like astronomy stuff, like exoplanets and like, you know, physics research like that. I did like some high energy physics and like particle physics stuff and stuff like that. It was always like something that was in my interest for a bit, but so Interstellar, I remember it was so exciting because of that huge, the gargantua black hole simulation illustration was like so well done. It's beautiful. But yeah, I remember back then it was when I was still really into a bunch of physics related stuff. Not that I'm not into it right now, but I definitely don't follow it as closely. At least ever since I'm not like an academic. I was in Colonia Theater during the rescreening, but had no time. Oh, bummer. Have you tried Swaki's Night Stabilizers and Type Plus Stabilizers? How are they compared to TXAP? I think both the Type Plus and the Night Stabs are pretty great. If you are leaning towards a screw-in stab, I think both of those are more convenient compared to TXAP. TXAP's main inconvenience is the fact that you do have to, the clips are a little tight, and so like it's easy to overloop them, and it's also easy to like, you know, not feel like it's ideal. But I do think Type Plus and Night Stabs are currently probably some of the best stabs in the market, really. They're pricier, but they're so easy to use. Like to the point where you could get pretty close to using them with a very light amount of lube or almost no lube, and they're still pretty decent. So yeah, I would recommend them pretty highly. I definitely think they're some of the best stabs in the market right now. If you don't mind using screw-ins instead of clip-ins, then by all means, I think those are the best. TXAP are nice because you do still get the flexibility of using clip-ins for builds that require them. I personally just also enjoy the experience of clip-ins as a whole, like in terms of like not having to actually put screws in. It's just like an extra step that I don't care for that much. And so for me, like, it's cherry clip-ins or TX stabs usually, but yeah, I mean, Type Plus and Night Stabs are fantastic. Type Plus stabs, the only thing to keep in mind is keeping the two left and right sides like tracked down, so that you don't like erroneously put a left part with a right part. But other than that, they're pretty easy to tune. And there's less contact between the parts. It's just easier. Regarding the TXAP, how many times do I have to insert and remove the wire to loosen the wire holding part? Honestly, I don't think there's a number of times I count. I just do it to whenever you like raise like you see how like it just kind of falls back in place when I like tilt it up, it kind of just falls back. So whenever that's good enough. It's enough. Basically whenever it like rotates freely without any lube, that's good enough, I think. It just needs to be like free rotation. It doesn't need to be like, oh, you gotta like really hammer that in and like remove a piece of plastic or something. Like it's not so dramatic. It's just loosening them slightly because they just kind of come in tight from the factory. Yeah, but I don't really count how many times or whatever. Just Dremel it already, but then I have to take the Dremel out, right? Well, not that I even have one, actually. I don't have a Dremel at home, But you know, I will have to take a Dremel, and then you have to get the cord unwound, the Dremel, or like even if it's battery powered, you know, you have to get it out of a case or whatever. Oh, so much work. I'm so lazy, okay? Going for water, I'm already lazy about. Like going to get water, I'm already lazy about. So if you tell me like, oh, you gotta like unplug something and plug this back in and unwound it and wind it back up and coil your cables properly, fuck that. No way. No chance, buddy. No chance. If you're not using the Norbauer stabs and you're using inferior stabs, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. There's no Norbauer stabs standalone in the market, and I can't spend for them anyway. So I'll stick to the inferior stabs, inferior as they are. It's not like inferior is that much work. It's not that bad. I kind of respect the Norbauer stab ordeal because I think it's kind of cool that you make something from the ground up. But I mean, but yeah, it's the labor, right? It's pretty pricey, probably. We will never know as they will never come out. Yeah, I mean, how do you know? I'm not even going to the GMK meet anymore because other plans started overlapping. Well, at least other plans could be a good time, right, Funzy? I mean, hopefully your other plans are like the good kind of plans. Their stabs are basically Space Invader stabs with extra steps. It is what it is. If I were more of a designer, I'd feel a little bit more invested about it, but I think to a good extent for me, convenience kind of trumps a lot of other things. So, yeah. If it's not available, then it's not convenient, right? The other plans are amazing. Meeting all my friends in Sweden instead. Ooh, how fun. Oh, that sounds great. We haven't planned anything crazy for the summer, really. I am going to KeyCon, the one in Washington DC, in June for that weekend, but other than that, I don't really have any summer plans. Not lazy enough to keep things charged, put the charger away and getting it and stuff. Ugh, dude. Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. All that stuff is such a chore. Just thinking about it, I'm like, ugh. Gotta go find this charger and a plug and... Just like the time I would pack like my electric toothbrush and then I'm like, oh, it's out of battery. It's like, why did I even bring this for? Hated that it's also like not like a normal, I don't know, like we should just use like a USB-C cable or something, but no. It has to be this induction charger blah blah thing. Norbar, the type of guy who makes best in slot stabs and not sell them. Well, you know, as I said, 'tis what 'tis. I like the idea, but it's an idea at the end of the day. Want to sell GMK meet ticket? Oh, right. Hopefully someone's looking. I want them to sign off on every stab. Wait, from millionaire keyboard designer to stab assembler, what a downfall. I'm sure it's not him who's doing them all, right? Although when Vinky says sign off on every stab, it reminds me of like work. Like, you know, like when you have a form and you need to like ask a management person to sign off on it, and you gotta send that DocuSign or Adobe sign or whatever sign thing and you have to wait for the reply. Ooh. Just thinking about that is stressful. Or it's just like, oh, so inconvenient. Hey, can you sign off on this? When to send a reminder every business day. Ugh. Stress. Too bad there is no HKB layout for this board. This board with HKB layout would be so bizarre, I think, because it's so big. I don't understand HKB layout things on larger things than a 60%. Like, it kind of makes no sense. Mostly because the convenience of HKB is that it's all there in the main cluster, so when you essentially have a keyboard that has more than that, you're defeating the purpose. Not to mention, what do you do with those extra keys? Diego, how do you feel about the price point on this? Well, it's pricey. There's no denying it. But I mean, I think it was going to be pricey anyway. Let's say you take off. Let's take off tariffs, okay? Like let's take off. Let's say like duties and tariffs and whatever is like another. It's like a 30% on, like a 25 to 30% on top. Let's say. So you basically divide this number by, what is this? like 1.3, right? Because it's 30%. What's that? What's that end up being? What's 715 divided by 1.3? $550. Let's say 1.2. Let's be more generous. $595. $595. So $600. $600 for this board is actually pretty reasonable. There's boards that sell for more than that, or even similar, and they might be not as big. There's a lot of alu, indeed. There's a lot of cutting involved. It's just big. A lot, like, look at all these different angles too, for the angling of the case and the different parts. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think it's reasonable given the circumstances. Yeah. I'm sure at a different point in time it might have been cheaper, but I mean, given what we have right now, given what we are presented with, I think it's reasonable. It is what it is, you know? And Home 2 is pricey. I don't know about their pricing, but you know, manufacturer aside, like trying to make it think that it should be somewhat reasonable, right? I think well, maybe I should do it on the other PCB actually. I don't know why I clicked them here. Do it on the other PCB and then move them here later. Okay, I'm gonna put this PCB aside for a sec. I think I'm gonna have Patty build my cloud line with a split backspace. Cool. Oh yeah, Patty's like pretty much local to you, right? Okay. Okay. So, let's which build should we start with? I don't care whichever, because I'm gonna do both. Let's just do the MX Blacks first, real quick, and then we'll do the Ultramarines right after. Well, I guess I should just test the stabs right away, right? Have you ever used the Ultramarines before? Are they nice? They're alright. Who manufactures them again? Ultramarine, sorry, not Aquamarine. These are nylon housing, P3 stem and polyamide bottom housing, 65 gram bottom out force, thin factory lube. Doesn't say who makes them. This. Durock. It's a Durock made switch. I think Durock linears are generally pretty okay. Like, I feel like they've had enough time to figure it out, you know? Okay, Methane output. Hello, hi. How's it going? Alright, let's test those stabs real quick. Main issue with Durock have always been leaf ticking and loose stems, which they will still suffer from IMO. I see. I don't think I've had an issue with loose stems on keycaps as much. But the leaf ticking thing, yeah, I've seen it in some switches, yeah. I've definitely seen it on some switches. Not every switch, but it kind of depends on the batch too, I think. So for me, it's kind of varied with that. But technically, I think leaf ticking, you can kind of address it the way you would address, like, the way you would address the same noise on like basically any MX tactile. So it's not like the end of the world, but it is kind of, yeah, it is kind of inconvenient to work with. I ordered the satellite EC and will use your build guide as soon as it is here. Thanks for making the guide. Oh, no problem. I hope it's useful, the build guide. I hope it's good enough for you to do the build without any problems. I think the stabs seem okay. The good thing about plateless is that if something's wrong with the stabs, you can technically just remove them and address the stab problem right away, which is kind of convenient. Hola Diego, hola Ru, ¿cómo estás? I'm relatively new in the hobby and liked real force keyboards and thought I would give EC a try. I did not trust myself to buy a SIP PLA TKL PCB and search for something that fits. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's enjoyable, you know? I hope I prepped enough switches. I think I did, but always can miscount some of this stuff. Not using Cherry MX yellows. Oh God, that's right. I should have gotten some Cherry MX yellows from that guy who made a claim that the Cherry MX yellows were being produced by some whatever that company was. Oh yes, Cherry MX yellows, of course, the infamous and legendary Cherry MX yellows that no one can claim that they actually exist. Yes, yes. What's the keyboard on the desk? That's the Dagi 84 2.1 2.1. Dagi 84 2.1, basically. It's the easiest way to call it, in English at least. Alright, let's do this. Let's see. Just gotta make sure the pins don't bend. Keeps getting stuck here. The cherry oranges, black with orange stem, are very nice. Oh yeah, those are good too. Yeah, I've tried them once, no, twice. Pretty good. I mean, they're basically just recolors, but they're pretty nice. What caps are on the Canoe now that TA90 is off? The Canoe, I think I put regular TA in it. The old set. The 2015 set. Not as good, in my opinion. but I wanted to try the 90 on this one because I thought the different shade of blue would look nice, and I think it does. So I think the TA90 will stay here for a bit for now. Let's see, so we have this nav cluster, so we have the 6 on the top 2 rows here, R1 and R2, and then we have a cross-shaped arrow key slash cluster here. So it goes in the cross shape like this. Is that keyboard for yourself or do you build for someone? The one that I'm currently building is it's basically a review unit sort of deal for Canon Keys and the designer. They are basically running this as part of a pre-order group by later in June, so it's kind of just a showcase. So this board I'll build and then I'll take it apart and then send it off to whoever next is. This one is mine. All right, so it's something like that. Do you have a thermal? Any comments? I personally really like my thermal. I've talked about the thermal quite a lot actually before. It's a board that some people don't love. It's a board that some people do really like. Some people don't really like. It kind of depends on the person, to be honest with you. I personally really like the board. I think it's visually striking and also kind of interesting to type on. Like, it's fun. It's like one of the few boards that had that leaf spring implementation when it first came out, and it was novel and fun to use. I still think it holds up pretty well to this day. It's kind of unique. The design visually is really what should be the most appealing part of the board, to be quite honest. But I think the visuals of the board are really cool. So yeah. But I personally like the board. Some people find it to sound or feel a little kind of like metallic, or like the trampoline aspect of the leaf spring not being as appealing as maybe like a regular gasket mount board, or like something like that. So it kind of depends on the person, how they feel about that. But I personally really like it. I think whoever did like the thermal probably still has it. Like, aside from the reason that, you know, maybe they offloaded based on just no space or something like that, or one in, one out type of deal. But I think it's a pretty lovely board. I love the board if it gets a EU vendor. Pontus, are you here? Do you know if it's gonna get a EU vendor? Or I don't think Gulpaz is here today. But hi, I am here. Do you know if the board is gonna get an EU vendor? Like EU. We're trying to find a suitable one. Oh, okay. Got it. I hope it works out. Oh, whoops. Missed one. Good morning, Battleship Enjoyers. Hello, Ninewalker. How are you? Blue Crayon. Hello. How's it going? Alright, look at that. Oh, it looks gorgeous. Love the Nixie's look against the green PCB. It's such a nice look, in my opinion. Okay, now let's not be a dingus and flip this over and spill all the switches over. I remember, is Lana here? Lana likes stick. I think I remember last time I did this and the fucking switches went everywhere, and I remember them being here for it specifically, and I was like, like, looks so lame. I was like, fuck. I just remember it was specifically when they were here, and I was like, what the heck? But it's happened before. It's happened many times when I'm like, oh yeah, the 5 pins will hold the switch in place, no problem. And then I'm like, oh, flips overboard, and all the switches just come apart. 878, $49 to buy from Canon Keys, excluding the shipping cost. Huh. It's a lot of money. It's not cheap, okay? Like, that's just the bottom line of this board right now, is that it's not cheap. Hopefully, I think for now there's still time, by the way. So hopefully, yeah, it gets a new vendor and it'll be better. But yeah, I know that the price for this board is definitely not cheap. So okay, maybe I'll move this case from here. It's kind of in the way. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put the board aside for a second, okay? It's just a little heavy and it's just kind of here, and I'm getting nervous just leaving it there. So Okay. It's a little safer like that. Okay, let's... Dropping a 21XX on a 2.1 is 21ception. That would be terrible. Oh my god, just thinking about it is horrifying. Okay. Let's get one leg soldered. I know when Jay built it, he couldn't get the solenoid to work. Oh, is that right? I should have tested it then. I can try. That said, I mean, I should still do the build anyway. So I don't think it matters whether I do it now or later. UK not even an option as those taxes are also horrendous. Yeah, right. The time, oh, at the time the firmware didn't have that supported yet. Oh, hi Sip, how are you? Diego, are you on belly? What's that? What you talking about? It's that restaurant tracker app? No, I don't think so. What's special about it? I actually don't think about... I don't think I even heard about it. So no. I mean, obviously I'm asking because I'm a noob and I just don't know and I don't keep track of these things. Is it... kind of popular in the big cities? Huh. Okay. I mean, I'll check it out. If it's useful. It's just an app that you can use to track the restaurants you've been to and rate them and also get recommendations based on what you like. Oh, that's kind of smart. Yeah, I guess I could check it out. I don't think I could rate a lot of them because it's been a while since I've been to a bunch, but... And it's not like I eat out that often. I eat out like barely once a week. Barely. It's kind of rare. Try to eat at home as much as I can. Sounds like letterbox for restaurants? Yeah. I mean, basically, I'm sure the premise was just like that. Plus, okay, so the thing is, like, other apps are supposed to, or other things are supposed to do that, right? Like Resi and like the reservation apps are supposed to do that, but they don't really do that. So, yeah. I'm not sure I trust any app nowadays though that says they'll recommend you based on things that you like. because based on things that you like is essentially what the algorithm on Instagram and Facebook and all this bullshit like that basically tracks your usage and ads and whatever, right? Is basically doing. And they're like, oh yeah, based on what you like, you'll probably like this. And I'm like, I don't know if I like this stuff. Like, it's all garbage sometimes. Like, I'm like, I have no idea why I would have, like, even look at this. But hey, based on what you like, you might like it. I'm like, I'm like, it's just being placed here because someone paid for it. It's crazy. The Instagram algorithm hits diff. It's the only place I've bought stuff from ads before. Wait, for real? Like what? What do you buy? Like what would you have actually bought from ads? The only problem is I'm also super skeptical of them. Like I'm like skeptical of the quality of the products too. Cause it feels like just generated. Like fake reviews and that kind of shit. Ugh. No, it's just not for me, I guess. Okay, so I soldered every leg now. So what I do is I solder one leg on each switch, and I just double check that everything is actually all the way down. Looks pretty good. Okay. There's this guy who buys all the shit from social media ads and tests them. It's pretty funny. Oh yeah? What's the general result from it though? Is it that it's actually garbage, or is it that it's like they just pay for the ads so it's like acceptable and just not stellar, just okay? Let me give you an example. Like, you know which, like, you know, there's some like like brands that are popular because of like marketing, right? Like, I think a good example is like, let's talk about like bed sheets. Okay, this is like a very specific product that like, you know, I was looking into recently, and you know, there's brands like I don't know which brand. Oh yeah, is it Brooklinen? Brooklinen is like widely reviewed. Okay, like it's everywhere on social media, recommended on like. It was obviously paid for to be recommended on places like the Wirecutter, right? Or at least it feels like it. And you know, you look at the product though, and it's pretty low thread count. It's, you know, they have like different versions. It costs quite a bit. They have some deeper sales every so often, but you know, they you know, it's still like a pretty product for what the price, in my opinion. And then, you know, obviously I read reviews and stuff like that, and I've also seen them, right, in person. And I'm like, it's pretty average. Like, you know, if this is the price, I would rather just purchase like Kirkland or something, right, like from Costco. But I don't know, it kind of reminds me of products like that. Like they're like super widely reviewed on the internet. Like there's like reviews on like Reddit and shit. People talk about it all the time. It's like a complete hit or miss. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's shit. Or maybe it's like one of those brands that was like, it used to be good when they started, but now they're shit. There's a lot of stuff like that, like they don't make them like they used to type of deal. What temp do you use for the solder? I do 350 degrees Celsius. Sure, from PacSun and a few other things, but I'm blanking. Okay, PacSun sounds alright. I mean, at least that's a brand I know. Lately, it's been showing me this pair of Nike Retro Dunk Low, and it's been tempting. 90% garbage? Yeah, I figure. I search Lightning keyboards on IG, and since then, I get split backspace right shift rules posts all the time. Okay, buddy. Alright, okay, yes, I totally would pay for sponsored ads to advertise how the way split backspace and split right shift should be out there. Yes, I totally would do that. Right. Of course. How do you find me out? Oh my god, what a call out. I am devastated. I how will I ever recover from this? Emotional and financial damage. I am absolutely struck. Propaganda? Yes. You should find items that have ads on YouTube, Insta TV, and such are usually ads or passable at best. I think, yeah, passable at best is usually the impression I will get from promoted products like that. Almost always. It's like, it's just alright. It's pricey for what it is. Basically. I've been red pilled against text mods, thanks lightning keyboards. Oh god. You're welcome. I only seek to spread the good knowledge. Let's hope you will learn from these consequences. If anything, it would only make me promote it even further, right? Paying for digital ads is not enough. Time to put it on Times Square. Time to put it on physical ads. You're taking that buzz next to you, it will say modifiers you should support on your mechanical keyboard. Okay. I think I got most of them, or all of them. Let me see. It's pretty good. Okay, I think it looks good. Let's get the secondary plate soldered as well. Printed billboard, the analog warrant beats any digital ad. That, I mean, this is very true though. I love printed stuff over digital for sure. I mean, nothing like the physical version of the thing, right? Digital is at best just convenient. But I don't know, maybe it's a generational thing now. Maybe now I just sound like back in my day type of deal. Back in my day, knobs and buttons and machines actually made clicks and whirs and pops and, like, you know, sounds. Now it's like you tap a screen and it has no tactile feedback, and I mean, at best you get that little vibration from the screen, right? But like that's it. Like the sound of like a CRT turning on, or like, I don't know, like a cassette rewinding and things like that, right? Or even like a CD spinning. You don't get that now. Do you remember physical coupons for fast food? Yeah, the one with the dotted lines that you had to rip out. For sure, of course. How would I not? As someone who is looking to a new record player, I agree. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's so nostalgic now. It's so nostalgic. It's a thing of the past now. I mean, I'm sure this is exactly why I like mechanical keyboards, but you know, tactile feedback, the experience of using the technology thing, it's this whole thing, right? Okay. All right, let's get this in place. I'm wowed by something without a screen. Yeah. Yeah, I'm often like, whoa. Everything was better in the past. It's classic boomer thing to say, I guess, but you know, I kind of relate to it to some degree. Wait, where's the screen on the 21XX? Deal breaker for me? Dude, screen add-on instead of F1 through F24. Let's go. Just watch the whole movie on ultra wide screen. Easy clap. That's the way to go. Why not just do that? Okay. So this goes on like that. Let me get the... Okay, so these are K screws. I'll need that for a sec, in just a second. I assume PCB screws are the same as the plate screws. So... Oh. I think these are... I remember someone did a cool mod of a Y-Tech MK06, like the one that has the financial, the trading boards, and did it for like this HDMI based screen mod on it. I remember seeing that, but that one actually has a screen. It's a board with a screen, but it like did it so that it could be compatible with like modern stuff, if I recall correctly. That was fun. Why? I'm not sure. Y-Tech? Y-Tech? Doesn't matter. Whatever the actual name is. Y-Tech? I guess Y-Tech is probably right, yeah. Y-Tech. Let's see. Okay, so I also need this ribbon cable. Oh, I should put the solenoid stuff on first, huh? Okay, so let me show you guys what this looks like. Okay, so yeah, I need to install a solenoid. Yeah, I'm aware. That's why I haven't put on the screws for that. So this connector right here, right? This currently attaches the F1 through F24, and so this has like a little flap, as you can see, right? You see this little flap? So that flap is for the this ribbon cable, right? So this ribbon cable basically will kind of go in, like you open it up and then you insert the cable from the other side, and then it kind of locks it in place like that. So sort of like that. And then this other side will go onto the bottom PCB, right? And yes, I do need to install the solenoid as well, which is right here. Oh, it comes with a screwdriver. Pretty neat. So let me look at that diagram from earlier, from the thread. Okay, so screws are here. Screw holes, line them up. So like this. Okay. Okay. So, you know, screw holes, screws, right? And then just gotta screw them in, I guess, from the other side. Does this fit? Is the real question. I'm not sure if this is the right screw, my man. Not sure. Am I supposed to have a something else for this? These screws are too big. I have smaller screws. Give me a sec. I have smaller screws than this. I don't think these are the right screws for this. Let me get a smaller screw. This looks like this looks like 2 millimeters. Okay, I just have a slightly bigger one. Okay, let's see. So maybe these small ones will do. Let's try. Okay. All right. Line this up again on this side. Slightly long, right? I need something shorter even. Can I trim it? Oh, do I have washers? Oh, I think I have washers. Washers will do. Okay, sorry. The screw is slightly long, so I'm just gonna put a washer or two on it. Oops, spinning with it. Okay. Cable faces this way. And, Sorry, having butterfinger issues lining this up. Just need to place it down and line it up. Should have done this first. Okay, it's in place. Now I just need one more screw. And 2 screws are so small. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there's my solenoid, right? And plug that in over here. Beware of solenoid polarity. Okay, I am bewaring of it. So there's a solenoid plugged in. Alright, so that's the solenoid plug-in, and let's put now the rest of this. Can it wrap around just barely? Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll just do it like this. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. So now let's put the rest of the screws just to line everything up. Aren't you gonna crush that wire if you leave it there? Yeah, I'm gonna double check if I have the opening for it. But wrapping it around is gonna be a little iffy. Let's see if I can loosen this slightly and move it slightly over. See if I can get a little extra slack. But otherwise, it's not gonna make it. It's pretty short. It's pretty short. Yeah, I think the solenoid cable is a little too short. So I'm gonna see if I can wrap it around, but I'm having my doubts here, to be frank with you. So let's try. It's just barely too short, I think, but let me see. I can manage. Hold on, let me see if I can scoot it over. I think like an extra mil or two on this would be pretty good on the solenoid cable, because it is just kind of barely getting there. Right? Yeah. Alright, let me see. Yeah, it's iffy, but we'll see if it actually makes contact. I barely managed to scoot it slightly over, so it just wrapped around, but this plus terminal is like struggling, so we'll see. But I would advise a slightly longer cable there, just a couple millimeters, honestly. Because you have a lot of room up there anyway, so. We'll check in about that. Yeah, sounds good. This is why we do these builds, right? So. Yeah, I'm pretty used to cables that are longer for solenoids, so. Okay. Okay, maybe this is the time I also should getting all the other stuff connected. So this one is like that as well, and this also would face, yeah, blue side up, so like, or blue side down rather, like that. And then, because we can just kind of keep it in there, but grab a small piece of tape and just keep it in there, just so it doesn't get pinched or anything. It's just a security measure. Just keeping it there. And let's screw in the rest. Alright, so let's see, I'm missing 2 screws, 3 screws. Okay, so I think that's the top. Looks, ooh, green and red. That looks nice. I also wanted to check. I did see some LED slots. I'm not sure. I don't think the 2551 has LED caps that I should be aware of. Yeah, not this one. So, not to be confused with the 2100 series boards. Okay, so that's that. Let's get the bottom piece and put them together. Alright, so cable. Need this. Need my K-screws. Just gonna set it aside for a second. And then my cable here. So for the cable, I guess I will take it, put this aside for a second. Okay. And then let's see. Is this cable long enough for this? If not, I'm just gonna use my own cable because it's easier. I think this cable is too short for this, right? What's this? Might be fine. I think it's fine. Let's see. Plug that in. Okay, let's see. Is this like for is this like the cable holder thingy? Yeah, okay. So this kind of goes in like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna do this, right? Then I'm gonna plug in the USB cable, affix it over there like this, And then I'm gonna carefully place it on top. I hope it's enough space. Wait, oh, just go. Okay, yep, there we go. Okay, so it's closed now, and then I just gotta careful with this cable and close it up. Screws. So we got K-screws. We also use the same screwdriver. It's always a nice thing. Okay. And that's done. And then I am gonna do bump-ons. We got bump-ons. Just need 6 of them. There's that. And now, flip it over. There it is. And get our cable here. See. Looks like the Velcro strip is not fully attached, so I'm just gonna do that. This is pretty much new. Okay. So line that up. Whew, okay. Sweet. Alright. Oh, that's a solenoid working, isn't it? Well, there's your solenoid. It's working, so that's good. Yeah. Still don't know how to turn it off, so I'll figure that out in a minute. Yeah. So all right, that's basically the build here. So let's go ahead and if you need the JSON, oh, I think I got the. Let me double check. Yeah. I got the bin file. Yeah, I actually do need the JSON file if you have it. That'll be good. I only have the firmware, like the firmware file. Yeah, so it'll be good to have that just in case. But okay, so I guess in the meantime, I will go ahead and put keycaps. Here was a right shift from earlier. Mr. Poner, oh my gosh, hello. 64 months? How? That's a long time. Damn, dude, how are you? Okay, so it's built with ISO. Oh, whoops. Oh, thank you, Pontus. Got it. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I'll save that. And then if I open this, I should probably work. Actually, let's see. Let's see. Authorized device. Oh, maybe I need to. Maybe is this just QMK flashed in it? Let me try flashing this other firmware file here. Oh, tab reset, hold DFU. Oh, great, fantastic. Okay, that flashed. Connect. I mean, it is working. I just don't see the. I don't see it on the. Yeah, I don't see it on the. Like, I can't configure it yet. Try it in Vial. Okay. I'll try that. Keyboard. Sideload via JSON, I guess. That's a secret? You can't turn it off? No! They really had to do me like this? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yet. Wasn't one of the keys to turn solenoid on and off? Yeah, what's the default key map? Top left XT key Top left XT key. This one. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's a default. Yeah, I'll just do that for now. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This is totally fine. I was looking for that. No, let's just put the rest of the caps for now. All right. So let's start with this here. Okay, but solenoid typing test though? Yes, yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. You know, we'll get there. Haven't even started typing. Is this the right side? I actually need to check the exact thingy. Okay. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's the right side. And then these keys, oh, I guess I have to leave them for now. Okay, then F row keys. This is gonna be one of those occasions when I'm not gonna put an artisan or anything on it because I think I want to see it with the full keycaps. So we'll do that first. All right, let's see. Okay. These go here. And then these go here. And then we got arrow keys in a cross shape. And we get this other key here. And then left side cluster. Oh, I turned it back on again, didn't I? There. I don't know what the rest does, but let's see. This. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are in order. And blinks, and then topmost row. Looks so nice. Voila, that's it. There's some left over from the original, but that's just because the original has a full navigation cluster. and a numpad. Whew, okay. Yeah, this is original 2551 HAD, yes. Wow, look at that. What a beast. What a chonky boy. Okay, it's beautiful. Yes, I agree. I agree. It really looks nice. Wow. All right. I guess moment of truth is for me to type on this, right? So let's do that, yeah. Okay, sent over a new JSON that should work. Oh, okay. Great, thank you. I'll try it. New JSON file. Okay. I can try that on. You said on VIA? Okay, I'll try it on VIA. Clear that definition. Try the new one. Oh, yep, shows up. Thank you. Okay. Let me just make sure that I'm good on ISO. So split left shift and ISO 7U. It's good. That looks fine to me. I guess I'll just switch this because I never use that. And oh, I guess it's wing keyless, so I'll just switch that over by 1. And yep. Make that do nothing for now. Layer toggle 3. Oh, I see. Okay. Everything else looks good, I think. That's the solenoid. Okay. All right. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Going to the key tester just to make sure everything's working. Okay, cool. All right. All right. I think that's good. All right. Let's try this out. Oh my god, this board is so big. I need to actually move my other camera a little to like make it fit, I think. This is the side view for this. This might work. Yeah. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Up arrow not working. Up arrow. Oh, maybe I missed the solder joint. Oh yeah, you're right. The up arrow isn't. Or actually, did I unmap that by accident? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I can always just double check the solder joints later. So yeah, no biggie. Okay. So I guess let's try it out. Let's mute this mic and adjust it. Oop. Let's get a typing thingy. Sure. Okay. Thanks for advertising your thingy, but I don't care. And do I have to click on this to make it go away? How do I make it go away? Hold on. Wow, that's a permanent banner. Okay, whatever. All right, let's try it out. Okay, so this first build that we have here is a is the 21XX by Pontus, a Cherry 2000 series and 2021 series, and IBM Unsaver layout inspired keyboard, custom keyboard. We have plateless with Cherry MX Black clear top or new Nixies on the main cluster, and then this is a top-mounted aluminum plate with the same switches. We have the new Nixies are looped with 205 with swag key springs and films, yeah, and the keycap set is the original 2551 HAD set. So, all right, so MX Blacks plateless. Here you go. Oh, I forgot to turn off the music, didn't I? Sorry about that. I just remember, I don't know why I didn't see it. Sorry. I'll turn off the fan too. It's really hot, but sorry about that. Let me try that again. Alright, here you go. So there it is. Hate keyboards. Why does this sound fine, but my PCB top mount was dog water? Skill issue, I guess. Perchance. But yeah, I actually really like how this sounds because despite it being an aluminum board, the PCB mount makes it sound a lot like a plastic, like an OEM board, which is kind of like a cool thing. Like it kind of retains a lot of the personality of what you would get if you had like an OEM board that was plateless and that was just PCB and in a plastic case, and yet you have this big hunky aluminum custom board on the desk. So it's kind of cool. I really like it. It's very comfy to type on. So I really dig it. It really evokes the feeling of typing on like an old G80. And yeah, like the Jur 80 was like that too, right? It kind of had that like top mount PCB, PCB only typing characteristic, which is like pretty comfy to type on, very like long, large layout, but just overall very comfy. So yeah, all right, I can go through the mods and the other keys. Yeah, so let me go through that real quick. So here's some of the mods. And then the top mount plate over here. Oh, sorry. Switch the thingy. But yeah. And then here are the regular mods. I mean the alphas. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Really, really nice sounding board. It's top mount PCB only. Yeah, for such a large board, it really does avoid sounding hollow. I mean, there's some hollowness obviously because it's such a large board already, and like you can tell there's like a lot of room in the board. But it sounds really nice, really, really nice. I really like it. Really, really nice. How much does this weigh? I can weigh it. Where's my scale? It's here. All right, here's the scale. Let's weigh it. Let's see. Maybe I'll unplug it. Okay, 0 grams there. Maybe I'll do it on the overhead here. A little easier. .34 kilos. That is 9.5 pounds. Pretty heavy. Big boy indeed. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. 9.5 pounds. So quite hefty. So yeah. Whew. Is solenoid in it? Yes, we have a solenoid. I can definitely type on it with the solenoid on if you would like me to. Can try that. Let's try it if you want. Let's see. Is this on? All right. Now with the solenoid on. All right. Oh, hi Kiwi. Hi, Kiwi. Oh, thanks for changing the scene. You can sit. You can sit. Sit. It's fine. Ah, okay. Bye, Kiwi. Oh, bye. He wants to leave. He was like, hi, bye. Okay, bye. All right, let's try it out. Solenoid now. Here we go. Got that extra New York flair. Oh, it's stuck. Ah, okay, whatever. You can see the rest. I don't know why I like stuttered for there for a second, but anyway. The guy outside must have liked it. That's right. Anyway, so pretty loud. Kind of keeps up with the typing, but yeah, it stuttered a little. But I don't know why. But I mean, I think maybe it has to just be adjusted a little. But yeah, couldn't keep up with the words per minute. Would you game with it? I would game with it, but not with a solenoid on. That would. With the solenoid on, it would disrupt other people, so I can't do it. But it's nice. Gotta tune the solenoid firmware for the new PCB design? Yeah. Yeah, probably. Also with varying typing speeds and whatnot, there's a limit to how far it can keep up. So there's that. But it's pretty good. Nonetheless, it keeps up pretty well with the typing. Yeah. Time for 2 solenoids. I think did an AI O3 do that before too? Yeah, twice the speed. Yeah. Okay, well, so that's this. I'll turn it off for now. I'll enter that into the chat, because why not? Alright, so that's this build with the MX Blacks. If you are busy and you need to go, that's totally fine. I will still be doing one more with the Ultramarines. So I'll open this up. Well, actually, don't need to open this up right now, actually. For now, I'll just actually keep it here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other build, which just involves putting switches on, actually. So let me get the other PCB. Are those switches lubed? The Ultramarines, I believe those come factory lubed, right? Could be wrong. Damn, no box wide build. I haven't done a box wide build in a long time. Box wide build. Damn, that's a throwback. There was a guy who would collect really high-end customs and build most of his boards with box whites. Do you guys know them? Some people might know who it is, some people might not. But there was a guy back in the day who would always, not back in the day even, not that long ago actually, but would really like his box whites. Yeah, JH Dubs. Yeah, Japanese horror writer. He really liked his box whites. Like, I'm pretty sure he had like a 360C with box whites and a bunch of other stuff. A bunch of nice boards with box whites. He really liked them. I love my box whites. I think box whites are actually one of the nicer clickies out there. I genuinely think box clickies in general are some of the nicest clickies out there. They're really good. It's just because they have like a very nice and satisfying plus consistent click compared to other clicky switches. I think that's just the benefit of that click bar design is just very nice, very consistent, very good. My box whites stretch my GMK caps? Oh yeah, the early box whites did that, yeah. Yeah, these do seem to be lubed. I don't hear much spring pinging either, or crunch. Alright. We can do these. I have extra stabs, but I can also just transfer the ones here over. Maybe this one we can put some Dolch on it or something. I don't know. We'll see. I use click jackets forever, but I could never get myself to like click bar stuff. Having it click twice always bugged me. Oh, that's fair. If you're like not used to it. Oh boy, these switches have a slightly looser 5-pin fitment on these PCBs. So I better not repeat my mistakes. We're getting a 2-for-1 today? Yeah. So, Kankeys wanted this build to be done with the Ultramarines, but then I was like, I know my server, I know my community, I know that they want Cherry MX Switch builds. So I was like, I guess I'll just do both. So that's why I did the MX, the new Nixies first, and then I'm doing this one now. It's not too bad though. Like, doing this pretty simple. Let me see. I should have some cherry stabs around, so I don't have to like take them out from the other one. Let's see. Yeah, these look like cherry. Yep, that's a 7-year right there. All right, cool. And these are pre-lubed from a different build, so that's perfect. Let's do. Should we do ANSI on this one? Or should we just keep it ISO? Let's just keep it ISO. Actually, not having to do an extra stab is kind of nice. Maybe I'll just keep it ISO. ISO is kind of fun anyway. Do you guys know I grew up using ISO? I switched to ANSI because a lot of the stuff that I had also switched to ANSI at a given point in time. But I grew up with ISO. Is there turn for a win today? That's true. That is true. I mean, the designer is a ISO user, so it only makes sense. It's ISO time, yeah. Okay. Cool. You know what? I think I'm gonna skip this nav cluster for now because you can see how loosey these switches feel already on one side. You know what? I'm gonna just do one side only at a time. I'm gonna just do like one half of the board, solder it up, and then I'll do the other half of the board and then solder it up. Because I can already tell that I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do both sides, and then and it's all gonna fall apart when I flip it over to solder. So yeah. Is it because the leg holes are too big? Yeah, the leg holes are a little like not snug enough for these switches. I'm not sure if it's just a Durock thing. I mean, they all vary. Like, I think some Gateron switches, I've actually had Gateron batches where the leg holes are too small for the 5-pin, but then I've also had Gateron batches where the hole is also too big for the switch, which is like really weird. I don't even know why it's not consistent, but it's just one of those things. Weird things. Kind of annoys me, but it is what it is. I've had it both ways. It's terrible, to be honest. Terrible. Okay. Let's start with one side now. Waiting for my soldering iron to heat up. I'm just gonna wait a bit about the fan right now. Okay. Best practice when it does come to doing switches that might feel a little too loose, in my opinion, is to just solder one leg first, and then you can solder the second leg afterwards. So oh, great, fucked it up. Awesome, amazing, I love myself. Great. Love it. Alright, I'll just continue with this one. I know, I know. At least it will make the desoldering and disassembling part super quick. If it ever comes to it. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, I realized I stopped the music and I didn't replay it again. Sorry about that. Someone should have told me. Should have told me if you're missing it. But yeah, okay, let's keep going. Let's see. Do, do, do. Do, do. Pretty good. Alright, keep going. We're basically like halfway-ish done. At least I don't have to do the F1 through F24 twice. So let's keep it at that one. And Okay. I think I could probably reach towards the end. No problem. Wow, that short amount of time Kiwi left a bunch of fur. Alright, let's swap it over again. Let's see. Looks good. Okay, just a little more. Let's see, mods. Shift, Control, and then nav cluster. So cross nav. Cross shape first, and then 6 keys from top to bottom. Okay, and that's that. And let's solder the second leg. And after this, can't wait for this next flip. Alright. Let's just now look at that all the switches are actually properly flush. Okay, looks good to me. So now we can go ahead and solder the second legs. So let's do that. Should be a quick job here. So backspace, top row, the rest. Okay. Or is beautiful? Yeah, I think it's really pretty. It's definitely not many people have design boards of this kind of layout, and so it's really nice to see something like this come to fruition and to market, because it's not something you see every day. I mean, in fact, for a while I wasn't even sure if it was gonna happen, but even if it's costly, it's happening, so that's nice. I mean, hopefully it hits the MO keys that it needs to hit and whatnot. But yeah, it's really pretty. Are you gonna pick this up? Oh, honestly, I'm not sure. I doubt it. It's not like in the books. That said, I am happy to have enjoyed trying it. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of far into the future too, so it's for now, I think I would say it's not in the books, but certainly tempting. Certainly looks nice. But do I need a board of this size at the moment? Not really. It would be something just to collect. So yeah, I would just have to think about that and consider it appropriately from there. Yeah. But if I had the means and the space and the, you know, whatever, like, yeah, I think it's really nice. I think it's something that if you're into collecting boards of different layouts, and especially something that's like this, that's a reproduction of something that's kind of like vintage inspired and has its cool factor based on that and all that, then I think by all means this is a pretty wonderful board. Kind of checks a lot of the boxes for stuff that you might want something on those lines, so I personally would vouch for it. Yeah. Yeah, I do want one, but I don't think it's in the books. That's all. All right, I think that's done. I think that's pretty much done. All right, so let's try this out now. So now let me unplug this guy. Just unplug it from here. Detachable. Always careful when you have a detachable around your cables. You don't want to accidentally bump that onto your case because that'll cause a little ding. Grab. Try to get one or two boards per layout. This one once in a lifetime board. Yeah, I mean, at least in terms of the layout, yeah, it definitely won't be happening like again anytime soon. I feel like I do agree with that. Yeah. So yeah. And right now, I think like the thing about it is also like you know there's no guarantee that it's gonna hit MOQ. So it's like if you want to support it, you should, right? Like isn't like you can support it and you want to support it, you should, because you're kind of helping everybody else, and you know makes it a reality, right? Relying on picking it up afterwards is kind of difficult actually, especially in the current climate. So I personally wouldn't do that. It's like you just make a decision of whether you want it or not, and you kind of go from there. It is a chunky, you know, it's a good amount of money to spend. So obviously think carefully. But yeah, I mean, if you can afford it and you have the means, and you want to support the board, you know, I think you should. But yeah, everyone's situations is different, so just you know, think carefully about it before you pull the trigger. Okay, so there it comes off the top. And now you can just carefully remove this. Do you go what percent cocoa chocolate do you go for? For what? For eating? Just like a bar? Or for what? For what purposes? Like if I'm just eating it from like I'm just eating the chocolate bar, like 65 and above probably for me. I can go all the way to 90, no problem, but I would say 65 and above is a minimum. Bare minimum. I would say my sweet spot is probably like 70 to like 75, 80 is probably my sweet spot. It's like probably where I want it to be. But yeah, I do like dark chocolate. So yeah, I think 60, I consider 60 something to be sweet, and I think 75, 80 is like a good spot. Yeah. Yeah, like 60, 65 is pretty sweet though, I think. Have you tried chocolate from Ultra Eco? No, I don't think so. Is it good? I'm not gonna move the solenoid this time around, so just so you know. Okay. Can find it at H-Mart. My wife swears by that brand. Oh, okay. Oh, take a look. Take a look. Whew. Wow, look at that solenoid cable hanging by the edge. It's barely hanging on over there. All right. We ain't got an H1 near me. I get endangered species or whatever it's called. They're fire. I mean, if it's good, that's all that matters, right? Also, yeah, I mean, it really depends where you're located. So, if you get good chocolate, then that's all that you need. Oh, also that reminds me. Someone said the up arrow wasn't working earlier, right? Oh, that's why the up arrow wasn't working. A diode is gone. The diode got sheared off at some point, so that's why. Okay, that was why. I was like, I'm pretty sure I soldered everything, so yeah, it was just a diode. Lost diode 07, yeah. It happens, they get sheared off sometimes in shipping. I mean, the box that this came in is huge, okay? I did tell Kankeys that I think they need to pad it up a little more, because they had like, there's like switches and keycaps and stabs and the board and the PCBs, and it's big because it's not just for me, right? It's for other people who will also be checking out the board. I think I'm sending it out to somebody else after this. So yeah, just a lot of stuff. Do we know what the MOQ is? I don't. So I can't really say anything on the matter because I don't really know anything. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's close it back up now. Okay. When assume they went with a lower MOQ since it's on the higher end of the price range. Yeah, there's two problems, right? It's not just the high price of the board itself. It's also the fact that you don't think you're gonna, like, you know, how many people actually would buy a board like this? The question is, I would say, like, I think you'll be generous to think if you thought that there would be like over 100 people who would purchase one, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know how board group buys go nowadays, but it's not easy. It's costly, it's big, it's a atypical layout with atypical, like, options. It's niche, for sure. So, considering all of that, I think you kind of have to go with a low MOQ and hope for the best. Yeah. At least 50? Yeah. Perhaps. I don't know. IDK. But I mean, I hope it's successful is all I hope so, really. I hope it does well, because I think it's a pretty cool design. And easily hits 50? I feel like you might be generous. I don't know. It's hard to say. A lot of people excited for it, but excited for it means differently from voting with your wallet, right? Like, will people who are equally excited for it also buy it? And the answer is, it's hard to say, because, you know, it's not like money. It's not like it's that easy to just kind of do that, but I don't know. Everyone's different, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Okay. Just flashing that, and all right, that's working, I think. All right, so maybe this time I can put some Dolch in it or something. You guys want to see something different, right? I figure, instead of beige. Maybe some Dolch for the warm gray. Stick with beige? Blue alert? Oh, you think blue alert will look good? You guys want to see blue alert? Or still stick with beige? You sure? You sure you want to see the warm gray with Dolch or something? Oops. Keep forgetting that that's the one of the scene switching buttons. It's plugged in. Or if you have sloth, oh yeah, sloth could work. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys have a preference. Hanok? I don't have Hanok. Actually, that's a set I wanted to get, but I didn't get. Wob? Okay, fine. We can do a poll, shall we? Poll. I saw a few suggestions. So key set. This would be Rupert Host is one of them. Wob, Dolch. Oh my god, Dolch. Guess blue alert, someone said. Blue alert. Oh, sloth? Sloth? I think I do have sloth. Sloth. That it? Okay. Alright. You guys can pick. I'll wait. Gotta drink some. Whew, refreshing. CRP? Oh yeah, CRP is also an option. I guess, yeah, I mean, well, I guess we'll see. Yeah. I'll wait. I'll organize some of this stuff here. It's getting a little messy. Oh, looks like Dolch is winning. Let's... Oh yeah, so see, speaking of Dolch, if you are in the novelty server, I am doing a poll for a few things regarding a rerun for Dolch. So if you happen to be in the Novelties Discord server, you should check out that thread. It's right here. But you know, if you're in the server, it'll direct you to that. If you're not, then you have to join the Novel Keys Discord server, and then click that link, and it'll direct you to that as well. But yeah, just so you know. Okay, so Dolch. Okay, Dolch it is. All right, let me get Dolch, and I'll be right back. Let's see. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. So I got Dolch over here. So I'm gonna move some of this stuff over. So let's do that. Okay. Anyone know of a GMK set with dark gray mods and darkish beige alphas? dark gray malt letters or darkish beige. That sounds like a mix, maybe like 9s, 6s type of deal. Not sure, actually. It does seem very specific though, so I'm not too sure myself. GMK Mercury, but I think the alphas are more like light gray than beige, darker than L9. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Seems very specific. I think you probably have to mix and match for that though. Like I would bet on it. You have to mix match sets for that to work. Oh well, mismatch rows for this. It's fine for now. And what's that, step caps though? The one on here? Oh, it's the Rubberhose one. Artisan. Got a bunch of Relegendables here that Kaneki sent along with the board. Try some of these guys too. Looks like these are. I think these are CR. These are black ones. But it's fine. YOLO. Let's mix and match maybe. Let's see. Maybe I'll put this for now. Let's see. Maybe I'll do like black ones. Should I like do them in clusters? Let's see. Not sure how to go about it. Trying to think what's the best way to do Relegendables. Maybe like this. Maybe I'll just do clusters of 8 like that. That way I don't have to think twice about this. Okay, let's see. looks pretty good. And let's see. Now I can put this in, right? Okay, I think I have some macro keys as well. Let's do no artisans today, just for fun. Something different today. Let's try doing that. Let me go get some macro keys. Okay. Do I have a random cap here that could fill that? Is that R4? Guess we'll end it twice. Sorry about that. It's plugged in. So, okay, so clusters. Okay, so M1, 8 here, 7, 5, 9. Well, so this one isn't it. Oh, wrong profile. Wrong profile. This one should be the right one. Okay, sweet. All right. So there we have our second build with Dolch this time. So there it is. Okay. All right. All right. So I think we're good for here. I want to see it from this view. It's like that. A little shiny looking because of that, but it looks like this. And stop the music there, and all right, let's try it out. Yeah, this is warm gray for the colorway. So, all right. Yeah. So I mean, you can see it from here this way too. This is fine too, if you want to see it from this side. But yeah, this is warm gray. So now that we have Ultramarines on the main cluster, these are Durock switches. These are pre-lubed. And again, plateless with GMK Dolch R5 over here. All right, let's try this out, shall we? All right, here we go. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good for these switches especially too. These are pretty much unmodified, so sounds pretty nice. Alright, I can go through the mods real quick. Alright, here are the mods. Here at the office. Still sounds pretty nice, I think. I do obviously prefer the cherry sound just because I'm more used to it. And it's a little bit more, I think it has a more prominent sound on plateless build. But I do still think these Durocks, I mean, if you have a preference for like extra smooth switches like Durocks and similar, even if you use long poles, so if you use long poles like HMX and such, it'll be a more prominent sound. And you'll definitely have a lot of that more, yeah, much more like ear piercing, but in maybe in a good way for you, but sound to them. But I do think they'll still sound pretty good on this PC mount, PC plateless, I guess plateless top mount, I guess is what I should call it. But they do sound, both of them sound pretty good. Are these long poles? I can double check for you. Marine switches are, they do appear to bottom out a little under 4 mil. Yeah. I don't think they are, I'm not sure if they're considered long pole though. Well, let me check. The graph shows it bottoming out under 4, but it feels like almost full travel. It feels like closer to full travel. Doesn't have the very prominent bottom out sound compared to like the HMX or like BZP type of switches. So I would say like it's kind of like might bottom out a little sooner than a regular 4 mil, but it doesn't have that prominent sound that long poles tend to have usually. So yeah. I do think they do sound nice, but yeah, it might not be as long pole like sound as like HMX and the other switches. What do you think about putting a long pole in there? I think they could sound pretty nice. I do think long poles can sound pretty nice on plateless boards like this too. If you especially if you like want a much more like distinct sound that like kind of sets itself apart from like that high pitch and like just like a loud bottom out in general, I do think long poles can sound pretty good on plateless boards. So it's kind of a preference thing. But yeah, what I do it, I just generally prefer full travel, but it's a preference. Yeah. Which color of the 21XX would you get? That's kind of tough, honestly. I love this warm gray color. I think it looks so good. I would say if I wanted something that leans more like the classic vintage look, definitely this one. But I personally, I love that light blue color as well. So I would probably do light blue for fun, if it wanted a fun color. Probably if I wanted to match it with these keycaps, the 2551 HAD caps, then I would go for the light blue one. Yeah. because of the little sub-legends here. There's like some sub-legends here that are blue. And so it would go with that really well. But I do think that if you want something more kind of like OG sort of looking, I do think this warm gray tone is fantastic as well. Yeah, I think both are good. Both. I personally not sure if I would go for black on this board, just because I feel like it obfuscates some of the cool design elements of the board. I feel like the lighter colors probably showcase that better. But yeah, that's just me. You know, you can see it from the side here. Sorry. Yeah, so I'll like unplug it and show you what that looks like. Right. So it's very heavy. These 4.5 kilos of keyboard is quite a lot. But you know, this is what it looks like, right? This warm gray color is very nice, pretty versatile. So I personally think it's a wonderful color. But I think they do find the light blue to be more fun to look at. This is definitely the one that you want if you want something classic though. Like classic leaning. Yeah. Most definitely. So, yeah. I think if I had a choice for myself, probably the light blue. Light blue, I think, is probably what I would choose myself. I'm pretty biased towards like bluish tone anodized colors. Light blue, dark blue, royal blue, any of them is pretty good. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's the 21XX. It looks great. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Let's see. What switches would you put in here? I do like the MX Blacks in general. Like the MX Black sound is great. But I kind of feel like tactiles would shine more on this. Just because it would have a louder sound. I think it would bring a lot of personality to the board. Like some MX Browns or MX Clears. I think actually MX Clears might sound really nice. I mean, that said, these sound good, but kind of leaning towards MX Clears. Some string swapped and lubed MX Clears would sound pretty good on this. I think, yeah, something tactile with this playlist sounds like a wonderful combo. That said, MX Blacks can never go wrong. Yeah. It really depends on whether you want something louder or not. I do think the playlist does mute things a lot, just because it lets itself bounce a little bit more, like to move a little bit more, and there's room there for it to do that, and it's not like quiet though. I wouldn't say it's quiet. It wasn't quiet earlier, but it was a pleasant sound nonetheless. But I do think tactiles could bring some more fun to the sound. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do long pull, that's also fine. Preference thing. Okay. So you guys have any other questions or stuff? This was the original beige build on this. Now it's Dolch, beige, Dolch, beige, Dolch. Well, not bad. It's been 3 hours and I did 2 builds. It's pretty good. Thought I would do much worse. For that, at least. When's the next stream? I don't know yet, actually. I'm waiting for some stuff. Probably... Let me see. I am waiting for some stuff, though. Let's see. 21XX was today. Still waiting for those boards. I don't know, actually. Maybe I'll dig one of my projects up and see if there's anything personal I need to do. But if not, oh, there might be a client build to do. This week I'm a little busy, actually. Between like the first half of the week, I'm kind of busy. So if I do anything, it'll probably be like Thursday. It'll be, let me think. Friday I'm busy. It's either gonna be Thursday or during the weekend. But it's Memorial Day weekend in the US. So we'll see. I'm not sure, actually. It's kind of TBA. I'm just kind of waiting on some stuff, and so I'm just kind of juggling that. But it probably won't be the first half of the week. I'm definitely busy on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. Hey Diego, do you have any keyboards for sale? I might, actually. You can DM me to ask if you have any questions. You can DM me on Discord. Can you do a solenoid sound test? Oh, I could. It was actually this build that had the solenoid, so I could switch to this one. If you want me to. It's a little bit of a process to switch over. But yeah. If you can go back on the VOD, you can also see it. I can find it for you. Why not? I'll just find it for you because it's easier. It's gonna take me a while for me to switch over. Didn't I do that solenoid sound test earlier? I did. I did. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, it's here. Okay. How do I copy video URL? Okay, at this time. Here, it's in the bot right here. Right there. I even linked it to you at the specific timestamp. Just check that one. It'll be right there. Just click that one in your browser. It'll show up. If you're on mobile, it might be a little harder. But yeah. Yeah. It kind of, the solenoid completely masks the sound of the switches though. So if you're thinking like, oh, the switch I have plus solenoid, I definitely hear part of the switch, you don't hear it at all really. Especially in person, it's very like loud. So it's very obvious that the solenoid is on. So yeah. It sounds nice though. Okay, well, I think that's all I got for today though. I really don't have anything else. I think it's a wonderful board though. Like there's a lot going on right now for me, so I have been kind of on the trying not to spend too much on keyword stuff, and so yeah. So I'm not sure if it's in the books, but if I had the money and if I had the means right now just to do it, like I would probably be pretty happy about a light blue 21XX, but yeah, because it's like the perfect for this set. It's just looks great. But yeah, it's not in the books at the moment. I'm considering giving up on getting repairs on my Ducky 1, and I have an old board by Razer. Would those be useful for you, like scrap parts? I don't need scrap parts if that's what you're asking me, but like if you think that you like the switches on the boards, then they can be useful. Some people, what they do is they take their old like MX Brown keyboards and they'll like desolder them and reuse the switches after they modify them. So some people like doing that, but like the internals, like the circuit board and the plastic case and so on and so forth, it's not often reused, I would say. I would think. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I do know people who do reuse like Cherry MX switches from older boards, because as you use them, they get a little bit smoother, and then when you mod them, they're a lot better, I would say. Some people enjoy that, so and it's one way to recycle and reuse, which is always a good thing. I did reuse some of my switches from an older Cooler Master board for a time. Yeah, but you have to go through a process of desoldering everything up and cleaning everything up and whatnot. So it's just kind of a process. It's just manual labor and time. So it's like if you want to go through it, then yeah. But otherwise, it's okay. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, folks. Well, I guess I don't have anything else today, so I shall wrap things up. Is there anybody to raid at the moment? I don't think there's anybody streaming keyboard stuff. Oh, actually, Lortiz, Spanish streamer, is doing a stream at, I don't know what they're up to, but we could go raid them. Sure, sounds good. You can shoot me a DM or message wherever you can reach me, and I'll probably respond. But yeah, thanks for streaming Double Build. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. Yes. I would say the only things I noticed really are PCB holes were a little bit big for the not cherry switches. Solenoid cable was just a little short. I didn't have issues with connecting the cables and the rubber placeholder for the cable up here at the end. That was pretty seamless. That was actually great. Cable opening, fine. Let's see. Connecting this cable was also okay. The ribbon cable, I did have to tape a little bit so that it wouldn't catch on anything, but I think that's fine. Honestly, the length of the ribbon cable is okay for it to be longer, so it's easier. Let me think. Flashing was easy. I really like that the DFU bootloader button is on the top of the PCB. Considering it's plateless, it's super easy to access. It's great. Let me think about layout or anything else. No issues with this. No issues. Yeah, I didn't have any other issues, so I think it went pretty well. Didn't really have any other concerns, but honestly, really nice board. I think it sounds really nice. I super pleased. Like, it really does sound a lot like an OEM, like plastic case type of board, but within a chunky 4 kilo keyboard case, which is absurd. It's really nicely done. It really does remind me a little bit of that Jur type of deal, but and at the same time like of the old plastic cases. So it's a great like homage to the Unsavory and 2100 series of boards. So it's pretty good. Are you sending it to someone's back to keys? Probably somebody else. I think the good chances are I'm sending it to either, I think, I don't know who am I sending it to, but someone's gonna get it again. So it's definitely going out again to some one of the other content creators, whether it's either Alex, Merlin, or Simon, I think. So it's one of them. So it should be going to them pretty soon, probably next week. So I guess they'll be getting it in the coming weeks and doing builds. Yeah, you'll see this unit in other places. Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up here. All right, let's go raid Lord Peace Arc. And feel free to send it to me. If that's the case, I'll just keep it. I'll take good care of it too. Alright folks, appreciate you all. Thanks for sticking around for a long time. And thanks for sharing some of your time here on the weekend. I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. But otherwise, I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy the good weather if you have good weather out there. And I'll see you guys this coming week. Take it easy, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.